Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about finite fields. So motivation behind discussing finite field is it just helps us to increasing importance in cryptography for AES, advanced encryption standard, elliptic curve, IDEA and public key. So whatever or these are modern cryptographic techniques. Among those, AES is the most used technique, and AES is known as Advanced Encryption Standard, which is based on finite field. So mostly on all these techniques we are going to use the mathematics for finite field. So it increases the importance of finite field in cryptography. So basically the finite fields are of importance in cryptography, and we are going to check them because before moving to the advanced encryption standard we want to learn about finite field. These concern operations on number, where what constitutes a number and type of operations varies considerably. It starts with the concept of group, rings and fields. So what is group, what is ring, what is field? These all are known as part of abstract algebra. So there is a branch of mathematics called abstract algebra, and all group, ring, fields are the fundamental elements of that branch. What does it mean when we talk about abstract algebra? In abstract algebra, we are concerned with set on those elements we can operate algebraically. That is, we can combine two elements of the set in one or many ways, and we obtain a third element of the set. These operations are subject to the specific rule. So these all are group, ring, field. These all are the part of abstract algebra. So about groups and rings we have already discussed in the previous lectures when I discussed about the number theory. So this time we are going to discuss about field, that what is a field. So this field is a set of operations, and it satisfies the following rule. First one, it is an abelian group for addition. Abelian group for addition means it is a group for addition and it has a commutative group for addition. So if when I say that it is a group for addition, it means it follows four property. First one is the closure property. Every element of the group is related to itself under the given operation. So closure property, then associativity for addition, because we say that it is abelian for association, for addition, closure, and their existence of identity or additive identity, and we all know that additive identity is 0. So these are the, and additive inverse also. For every number there exists additive inverse. Additive inverse. So additive inverse says, like for example, let's say E is the additive identity, and for A the additive inverse will be when we say A plus A inverse is equal to E. So that this will become the additive inverse. And because we are saying that it is an abelian group, it means it should be commutative also. It should be commutative also. It means, let's say A and B are two elements of group G. So A plus B should be equal to B plus A. So first thing is that. Second one is, it says abelian group for multiplication also, ignoring 0. So it will be an abelian group for multiplication also. So it will be an abelian group for multiplication also, like addition. Here we are going to ignore 0, commutative for multiplication. It is a ring, and when we say that it is a ring, it means it follows all the properties of group, and then it should be closure under multiplication. Closure under multiplication, it should be associative under multiplication, and it should follow distributive law. Distributive law means if A, B, C are three elements of a set, like let's say A, B and C belongs to a set S, then we can say A plus B into C is equal to AC plus BC. This is called distributive laws. And except that, there are other some other properties of integral domain also, that I am going to discuss, that what are these properties for integral domain. So then we say that the set under these operation is a field. So let me discuss. So these are the basic properties. So for example, we have already discussed about closure under addition, associativity of addition, additivity, identity, additive inverse, then commutative of addition. So up to these it is an abelian group for addition. Then M1 is closure under multiplication, associative and distributed. Then commutativity of multiplication, AB will be is equal to A for all BA, for all AB belongs in S. Multiplicative identity, 1 should be there. A into 1 is equal to 1 into A is equal to A. No zero divisors. A comma B in the set, then A and AB is equal to 0, then either A is 0 or B is 0. Then multiplicative inverse, if A belongs to S and A 0 is there is an element A inverse such that A inverse is equal to A inverse A. So when some elements of some set, element of some set follow all these rules under the operations multiplication, and so it means we say that a field has 4 operations: plus, multiplication, subtraction, addition, subtraction, multiplication and inverse. So if a set follows all for addition and multiplication all these rules, then we can say that that set is a field. So if we talk about fields in normal in algebra, if we talk about fields, the fields can be of 2 types. So first one is finite field with infinite fields with infinite number of elements, which we know that we can define on any set. For example, set of integers, set of real numbers, we can define that it is a field. Then we have another type of field that is known as finite fields. So our focus will be of finite field, because these finite fields are used in cryptography. So if we talk about these finite fields, they are again of 2 types. First one is GF is for finite field, because the mathematician who invented it known as Galois, and to honor that mathematician we sometime name is Galois field also. So GF means Galois field, and P, GFB and GF P raised to the power n. GFP is known as finite field with P elements, and this is finite field with P raised to the power n element. So where we can say that P is a prime number, so then we can say that GFP and GFP P to the power m is a Galois field. Here P is prime and n is any integer. So for example, we can write GF81 or GF3 to the power 4, both are same. You can write GF256, or we can write GF256 as GF2 to the power 8. So they are like second one GFP to the power n, and this GF2 to the power 8 is used in AES. We are going to use this field in AES. This is also known as GFP to the power n, is also known as extension fields. So for these extension fields, first we will check about the prime fields GFP, and these are also known as GFP are also known as prime field, and GFP to the power n is known as extensions field, so also known as extension field. So first we will check about the prime fields, and then we will move to the extension field. So if we talk about the prime fields, so how we compute in prime fields? So let's say GFP is a prime field where P is a prime number. So the element of the set is going to be 0, 1, 2 up to P minus 1. So we always compute it mod P operation. The operation will always be mod P. So if we talk about addition, subtraction and multiplication, so let's talk about all 3 operations together: addition, subtraction and multiplication. So if we talk about these 3 operations, let's say A comma B belongs to GF, P, and GFP is 0, 1, 2 up to P minus 1. So we can say that A plus B is congruent to some X mod P. Similarly, A minus B is congruent to some Y mod P. Similarly, A into B is congruent to some Z mod P. Why it will be like addition will be X mod B? Because all elements should be within the field. So we always take mod P. So whenever we take mod P, the all elements will be in the field. So it means all the property of the fields are satisfied here. Now inversion says, if we talk about second operation, the fourth one, that is inversion. So inversion says that A belongs to GP and A dot A inverse is congruent to 1 mod P. Is congruent to 1 mod P. So this here A inverse you can calculate by the same method like extended Euclidean algorithm. It is a kind of affine cipher. So you can always calculate A inverse using extended Euclidean algorithm. Here you can say that if it is 0, how it can be congruent to 1 mod P. So if you look here, when we define the fields, we say that no 0 is not the element. For multiplication, for addition the set will be this, and for multiplication the set will be only this. This is for multiplication, this is for multiplication, and the whole set is for addition. So if we talk about the field, so this is about the prime fields, GFP. Now let's discuss about the extension fields, extension field arithmetic, which is of more importance if we talk about the AES or cryptography. In cryptography generally we use extension fields, which is of the form GF, let's say 2 to the power m. So first one is how we can represent element. So element of GF 2 to the power m can be represented as A m minus 1 x to the power m minus 1 plus A m minus 2 x to the power m minus 2 up to A1 x plus A0 is equal to, this is some kind of polynomial. So when as soon as we shifted to Galois field or extension field, now we are not representing the element of the set are not the numbers, rather than they are the polynomials, and the highest degree polynomial will the highest degree of the polynomial can be m. It belongs to GF 2 to the power m. So it means that this is the very important point to understand, that it means now we are not working on the numbers, now we are working on the polynomials. Now the element of the set are polynomial. So whatever mathematics we will follow for the polynomials. So now let me represent GF 2 to the power 8. So this GF 2 to the power 8 is going to be A7 x to the power 7 plus A6 x to the power 6, so on, A1x plus A0, and this is a polynomial. And just for example, if we are like if we talk that how many all the AIs belongs to GF2, and what is that GF2? It is 0 and 1. So all the AIs are belongs to this 0 and 1. So it means how many elements should be here? How many elements should be here? So if there are like, if we are talking about 2 to the power 8, there should be like, if we talk about like, let's make it for this small numbers, let's say 2 to the power 3. So it means there should be 8 different elements. So let me write those 8 different elements in 0, 1. So it will be like this, the combinations. So these are the combinations. So it will be 1 0 1 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. And in general, the element of this we are talking about now 2 to the power 3, because if we like, I will show you mathematics for 2 to the power 8 also, but it will be a bit like bigger to discuss. Discussion will be will consume more time. So just let's take an example of 2 to the power 3. So it means it is going to be a1x plus a1x square plus a1x square plus a0x plus a0. It will be like this. So a2x square plus a1x plus a0. So now these are the coefficients. This is a0, a2, this is a1, this is a0. So we can put like coefficient and we can get all 8 polynomials. So for example, it will be x square plus x plus 1, then again it will be x square plus x, then it will be x square plus 1, then it is going to be x square only, then it is going to be x plus 1, then it is going to be x only, then 1 only, and then 0. So this is how we represent all the elements of 2 raised to the power 3 GF 2 raised to the power 3. Now the question is how arithmetic operations or how computations work in this GF 2 to the power 3 or GF 2 to the power m. So we take an example of GF 2 to the power 3. GF 2 to the power 3. So let's say ax is, let's take two polynomials which belongs to this. Let's say ax is x square plus x plus 1 and this bx is x square plus 1. So addition is simple, ax plus bx. So when we write ax plus bx, it is going to be 2x square plus x plus 2, and we know that all these operations are mod p, or here you can say mod 2. So it is going to be x only. Similarly, when we write ax minus bx, so ax minus bx is going to be x. So eventually you see that addition and subtraction are same operation. This is not only for this these particular two polynomial. It is always addition and subtraction will be the same operation for extension fields. Now let's talk about the multiplication. Let's talk about multiplication for same ax, which is x square plus 1 x plus 1, and same bx, which is x square plus 1. So it is said that common sense says that it will be the same arithmetic, usual arithmetic which we follow. So for example, if we multiply ax plus bx, we are going to get like x square plus x plus 1, and then x square plus x cube plus x4. So it is going to be 2x square plus x plus 1 plus x cube plus 4, or you can simply write it x4 plus x cube plus x plus 1. So will it work? Will it work? It will not work, because it does not satisfy the closure property, because this is not the element of our set. Our set element, the highest power of set element is x square. So let's say this is some another function, let's say cx, another polynomial, let's say cx. Then how we perform this multiplication? So let's talk about now, again move to the simple prime fields. Let's say GF7. So the element of GF7 are 0, 1, 2 up to 6. These are the element of GF7, and when I say 3 into 4, it becomes 12. And what we do? We do it mod 7. And what we get? We get here 5. Okay, so but here we cannot do mod p, because this is mod 2, this is polynomial. Here we cannot do mod 2 because this is polynomial. So what we have to do, this is a prime number. Whenever we are dividing with the prime number, and this is a prime field, this is an extension of prime field, n is also a prime field. So it means we get, there are always in field there are some polynomial which are known as irreducible polynomials. Irreducible polynomial means you cannot factorize those polynomials. So it is same as a prime number. What does it mean when we talk about a prime number? When we say that some number is prime, we cannot factor it. So similarly, if we say that some polynomial is irreducible, it means we cannot factorize that polynomial. So for every field there exists some irreducible polynomial. For example, for the same field, for this field which we discussed here, this one gf2 to the power of 3, the irreducible polynomials are x cube plus x plus 1. We cannot factorize it. Irreducible polynomial is x plus 1. So these two are irreducible polynomial. We can select any one of them and we can divide. So this is the simple arithmetic polynomial division. So when we divide it with x cube plus x plus 1, so x4 plus x cube plus x plus 1, first time it is going to come x4 plus x square. First time when we x4 plus x square plus x, then it will comes out to be x cube x square plus 1, and then one time x cube plus x plus 1, and then it becomes x square plus x. So this is x square plus x. Actually this is a dot b mod x, a dot b mod x, or ax dot bx mod ax. This is ax dot bx mod ax. So this is how we perform multiplication. So for every field gf2 to the power m, there are several irreducible polynomial. So if we talk about gf2 to the power 8, this is the field this is the extension field which we are going to use in AES. So most of the time we are interested about this field. Now let's come to the how we are going to calculate inverse, because there are 4 operations. A inverse x, it should be 1 mod px, and px is the reducible polynomial. Let's say for this field the reducible polynomial is, we can take any reducible polynomial for gf2 to the power 8. So let's say for gf2 to the power 8, reducible polynomial is x8 plus x4 plus x cube plus x plus 1. So that will be the reducible polynomial, and this is the extended Euclidean algorithm. In the same way which we find how we use the Euclidean algorithm for extended Euclidean algorithm for numbers, we are going to use the same extended Euclidean algorithm for polynomials. And this is the these are the tables which we follow here. This is the table for addition, gf2 to the power 3, this is multiplication, and this is for additive and multiplicative inverse. Similarly, addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, how does it works? And this is for p is equal to 3, this is 3 square polynomial set are like this. And when we say that it is 1 plus 1 is 0, 1 minus 1 0, so these all operations, irreducible polynomial, everything is defined here. This is for modular polynomial, this is polynomial arithmetic modulo x cube plus x plus 1. This is the table for polynomial arithmetic modulo. Why we write here modulo x cube plus x plus 1? Because this is the irreducible polynomial. So if we select another polynomial, another irreducible polynomial, then table might differ, and same is for multiplication also. So using this we can calculate, using extended Euclidean algorithm we can calculate inverse also. So we will be using these finite fields in advanced encryption standard. I thought to discuss it with you, and in this week we will be doing many assignment using the finite fields, and then we will move to AES. Thank you.